Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm All Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor. This is a very special edition of the Surround Sound podcast. Usually we during the week, you know, on your hump day or whatnot, but we gonna give you just some extra info, some extra information. We're tackling mental illness this weekend. We got a very special guest. She's from my neck of the woods, from my hometown, baby, from my high school and some more things. Miss Brandy J.Flynn, how you doing, young lady?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I had to throw that and some more things in there just to let them know it's real.
I know.
Okay? Just to let them know it's real, baby.
It is.
Once again, man, we're tackling mental illness. It is something that was frowned upon a lot in past years. However, with people like Brandy and people in the sports world and actually people in regular sector society, it has been something that has grown, and we're going to really tackle this issue and see where it affects some of our just favorite things to do, like sports. That's like, what else? What do people do if they don't watch sports, Brandy? I don't know.
I
had a partner. He was into like beats real heavy, like he made music, and he was like, what do y'all get out of watching sports? And I'm just thinking in my head, like, dude, in the fall, what do you do on Saturdays and Sundays? I don't know. We'll be right back with Miss Brandy J. Flynn. We're going to tackle a whole lot of issues about mental illness. I'm All Hunter Jr., Surround Sound Podcast, baby. We'll be back in a minute.
People don't use our music to get high. They use our music to get by.
Right.
I'm your idol, the highest title, numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. And understand I got the gift of speech, and it's a blessing. So listen to the lesson I preach. I talk sense condensed into the form of a poem, full of knowledge from my toes to the top of my dome. I'm kinda young, but my tongue speaks maturity. I'm not a child, I don't need nothing for security. I get paid when my record is played, to put it short. I got it made. I'm outspoken, my language is broken into a slang, but it's just a dialect that I select when I hang. I play it cool, cause coolin' is all that I'm about. Just fooling with the girlies, yes, and busting it out. I'm special ed, and you can tell by the style that I use. I'm creatively superior, yo. I never lose, I never lost, cause I'm the boss and never will, cause I'm still the champion. Chief one won't lose until I choose, which I won't, cause I don't retreat. I run you over like a truck and leave you dead in the street. You're inviting me a titan to a battle. Why? I don't need your respect, cause I got it made. I'm talented, yes, I'm gifted. Never boosted, never shoplifted. I got the cash, but money ain't nothing. Make $1 million every record that I cut, and my name is Special Ed, and I'm a super duper star. Every other month I get a brand new car. Got 20, that's plenty, yet I still want more. Kinda find a Honda Scooter's got 74. I got the riches to fulfill my needs. Got land in the sand of the West Indies. Even got a little island of my very own. I got a frog, a dog with a solid gold bone. An account to account the amount I spent. Got a treaty with Tahiti cause I own a percent. Got gear out where for everyday. Boutiques from France to the USA. And I make all the money from the rhymes I invent. So it really doesn't matter how much I spent, because yo, I make fresh rhymes daily. You burn me? Really? Think, just blink, and I've made 1 million rhymes. Just imagine if you blink 1 million times. Damn, I'd be paid. I got it made. I'm kinda spoiled, cause everything I want I got made. I wanted gear, got everything from cotton to suede. I wanted leg, I didn't beg, I just got laid. My hair was growing too long, so I got me a fader when my dishes got dirty. I got Cascade, and when the weather was hot, I got a spot in the shade. I'm wise because I rise to the top of my grade. Wanted peace on earth, so to God I prayed. Some kids across town thought I was afraid they couldn't harm me. I got the army brigade, I'm not a traitor. If what you got is greater, I'll trade, but maybe later. Cause my waiter made potato alligator souffle. I got it made.
And we're back. I'm All Hunter Jr., the Truth and Not a Rumor, Surround Sound Podcast, Saturday solo edition, baby. Once again, we're here with Miss Brandy J.Flynn, mental health specialist. Brandy, first of all, just tell me some of your accolades. Like, what do you actually do?
Well, the title says it. I'm a mental health specialist, mental health counselor, therapist, whichever one floats your boat.
Okay.
I do counseling. When I tell people I do counseling, they think about people who are crazy, and I tell people, no, I don't deal with the crazy. You get to me before you get crazy. But with the sports world, I do work with athletes, and I also work with those in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
I do speaking engagements, consulting. I do media, like I'm doing right now. Also write for a sports magazine in Arkansas and Louisiana. I do a lot, and I also have a mental health foundation, which is called Breaking the Barriers of Mental Health, where it's community-based, where we do various events to educate people about mental health, not necessarily about mental illness, but mental health and real-life issues, something that everybody can relate to, and also do just fun events in the name of mental health.
That's great, and I'm so glad that you went right where you went to, because there is this unfair stigma attached to mental illness. Tell me, and of course our listeners, how does it fit, or what are some of the unfortunate stigmas about mental illness as far as the inner city and inner city communities?
Well, basically with mental illness and mental health, they go together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like physical health and physical illness. You check on your physical health to prevent or intervene into any type of physical illness. Same thing about mental health. So a lot of people think with mental health that it's a luxury to deal with, that people don't have time for. We don't have time for, or suffering is like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
It's
That's
what
very
we
true.
do, and that is so not true.
Especially in the hip hop community.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people think it's not even just inner city. It's also a economic issue, because a lot of times people think that if you're rich, you shouldn't have any problems.
Right.
That money, if you got money, you can pay your problems away. A lot of times when we look at mental health and mental illness, we think about the poor, we think about their suffering, we think about how we need to get to them, but we never think about people with money. They have issues too. Just because you have money, it doesn't matter. I always tell people, mental illness, it doesn't care about your race, your sex, your religion, your money. It affects us all.
That's true. Yeah, if you got a brain, if you have a mentality, then yes, you could be affected by mental illness.
Exactly.
Now, let's change gears for 1 second.
Okay.
When I think of mental illnesses, I wonder about the classifications, because all I, really ever think about is like bipolar and I guess schizophrenia, depression and things like that. Like, how can we classify it? Like, or I guess really what I'm asking, what really is mental illness in layman's terms?
Mental illness is an illness.
Mm-hmm.
It's an illness with your brain. It's an illness with your emotions.
Okay, so it's somewhere just like illness in your body.
It's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you said. With classifications, we think about mental illness. We think about, they bipolar, they schizophrenia, or they're depressed. The reason why we think about that, because those are only three that we talk about. They're the most severe ones. But there are so many other diagnoses. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're sick. I mean, I tell people you can still function being bipolar. You can still function being schizophrenic. It's just, you take it the proper management for it, counseling, medication, holistic things, all of that. Just like how a person with AIDS can still function, a person with cancer can still function, a person with sickle cell can still function.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Or just let me hit the pause button on you right there. So
Okay.
you're telling me things that we eat, things that we, actual physical things that touch us can affect our mental health also?
Yeah. And what I mean by that, when I say about food, it depends on the diagnosis. Kind of like with ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
with kids, which is, yes, people, it is a real disorder. Because it's all about hyperactivity. Well, if your child is hyper, you have to do more than just give your child medication. You have to change their diet. They should eat. Why would you give somebody who's still hyper sugar?
Added sugar, true.
You have to change their diet. You have to give them something to do to release that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of kids don't do. Like, kids don't go outside anymore. They sit at home, play the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking the game, but they need to do some exercise. And a lot of parents do not do that.
You know what? You really just opened my thought process into something else that I've been saying here recently. It's amazing to me when I just walk, like let's say I walk 2 miles. It's amazing to me how much clarification I get mentally when I walk. Like it's such a symbiotic symmetry right there that goes together with physical activity and mental clarification, stimulation, whatever other shun you want to put on that. But yeah, that's dope right there. I think that's real dope. Hold that thought right there, Brandy. We're going to go to commercial break. We're going to get into some more. We're going to get a little deeper into sports and athletes in this whole mental illness.
Just keep going and don't look back. And look forward from where you're at. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Wave hello, hello, hello. Push that pedal to the max. Count that money that's in your lap. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, they gonna sing this. Let's go, let's go. Hey, mashing in the bad lane, envy in my rear view. Meals in my windshield, keep them in the clear view. Cheers to my partners who got it, we finally did it. And here's to the ones with potential to go and get it. We survived yesterday, foreign ride connoisseurs. Poppin' fly today, tomorrow ain't promised to us. Grind hard for dirty money, but our heart's pure. Steady mobbing on these sucker, man, they so funny to us. Broke niggas all smiles when they run into us. Get by theyself, they talking tough, but don't do nothing to us. Call theyself paper chasing when we'll be running to us. You violate the puppet master, get your string pulled. Hustle gang, king team, label me the ringleader. Just showing haters the tail lights of my two-seaters. 2 heaters with me in the ride, but I don't need them, no. Left evil behind me, that's where I plan to keep it. Go. Go in and don't look back. And look forward from where you're at. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Wave hello, hello, hello. Push that pedal to the max. Count that money that's in your lap. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Let's go, let's go. Hey, I hustle hard, forever shine. Pay haters, no never mind. Won't stop until we popping bottles at the finish line. Never been the quitting kind. Spirit ain't no killing mine. I'm getting mine. You don't like it, nigga, get in line. So many times I've shown dudes I won't lose. Time precious, but waste yours if you want to. Hate, I made it and you didn't. For that I ain't to blame. Won't change a thing. The circumstance to remain the same. Can't complain, I'm highly favored. My flavor's God-given. So used to hate, appreciation is an odd feeling. Still I stay focused on the millions, trying to dodge prison. Praying, asking for forgiveness, hoping God listen. As far as dissing me pimping, go ahead and have a ball. Meanwhile, I'm getting bread, determined to have it all. I'm talking money, sonny, if ain't none of that involved. Why is we conversing? This vehicle ain't reversing.
Go in and don't look back. And look forward from where you're at. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Wave hello, hello, hello. Push that pedal to the max. Count that money that's in your lap. There's some jealousy in your rear view. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, they gon' sing hello. Let's go, let's go.
My joy too. Let's push forward.
Okay.
We were right at the cusp of actually talking about maybe some individuals or some athletes that suffer from mental illness. I picked 4 athletes. Now, let me say this. Two of these athletes aren't necessarily considered having mental illness, but I want to hopefully I tiptoe onto the line of what is and what isn't considered mental illness, because those last 2 athletes, well, I won't let the cat out of the bag, but we'll see in a second why I picked those. But first, my first athlete is Brandon Marshall, and let me tell you why. If there was ever an advocate for mental illness and being able to overcome an illness, regardless of what it is, mental or physical or even spiritual, I think Brandon Marshall has by leaps and bounds showed what the type of man and the type of heart that he has.
Right. I totally agree. I do want to say that just to piggyback on that, actually, an athlete made me want to work in the industry, in the industry of sports. And I'm gonna tell you who the athlete is, and it's Ron Artest. And the reason why I say Ron Artest, not taking the shine from Brandon Marshall, but I was watching one of the championships that the Lakers won, probably the last one. And Ron Artest, when they interviewed him, they said, I want to give a shout out to my therapist. And that's when the light bulb hit for me. But back to Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall has done more than just speak about it. He's very advocate about it. In the way how he brought mental health awareness to the sports world is, even on October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. But, the football league is very, very big on breast cancer.
Yeah, the pink.
Well, mental health awareness, there's a week. In mental health there's a mental health awareness week. We also have a month, but there's a week in October. And he wanted to wear his shoes, their lime green color, and to bring awareness for their week. And, of course, the NFL didn't want him to. He did anyway. He got fined for it.
That's typical Brandon Marshall favor right there. I'm going to do it anyway.
Exactly. It's worth the fine.
Yeah.
And that's how he actually brought awareness about it. And he brought awareness about why, because he actually has borderline personality disorder. Because Brandon Marshall had some issues in the past, and with him having his diagnosis, now it's understandable of why he acted the way he did, within the league and outside of it, in his personal life.
Yeah, because he tended to lash out there for a minute.
Yes.
I know, especially when he was with the Broncos.
Exactly, and also in his personal life with his wife.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen different things concerning his wife, and she's been a big advocate for him also. And
she has. And he actually has his own. He has a foundation, the Brandon Marshall Foundation, where he does. Basically, we're doing similar things.
That's super dope. That's super dope. Now, okay, if Brandon Marshall was the biggest advocate, I would say this person I'm about to say has been the most recent figure to, to be brung under the mental illness or mental health cloak, so to speak.
Yes.
mental health umbrella, and that's Delonte West. It's been very sad to see where his not necessarily where his downfall is. I won't say that, but where his life is going. To go from an NBA star to not having his shoes and being in, I think he was in Houston, he was in Texas, and the whole thing that's been going on with him. What do you see as far as Delonte West, though, Brandy?
Well, from what I've heard, because I actually wrote a blog about him, because he does something for bipolar, and he's been dealing with that. Apparently, this is a sign of when you don't take your medication, when you are not going to counseling, and when you hit rock bottom with bipolar. And he's not the only one, but of course he's the face of it now. From what I've heard, because I've had somebody that actually worked for the Mavericks, it was stated that the NBA did offer him help. But, with mental health and with counseling, you have to want the help. You can't be forced,
yes,
to it. So
that's
him
what
wanting it. And, a lot of
any addiction
have occurred. I didn't realize that he was the NBA player that actually brought a gun to the locker room. He has lost so much money that, he was in a situation he couldn't pay his water bill, that he proposed to his girlfriend, and it was just a rope, and he said, "This is all I have, but I love you," and it's just seeing him on, because this came about when a fan saw him and just said, "Hey, are you Delonte West?" And he said yes and no. Meaning, I'm Delonte West, but I'm not the Delonte West that you know.
And the way I heard it, it was like the dude asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to be," or something like that. Like to say there's these two things of who I am and who you probably perceive me to be. So that's wow.
Exactly.
That's and not in a good way, but that's amazing. That's amazing. One, because we think of mental health as something that's to be frowned upon, or that a person is not intelligent almost.
Right.
But honestly, he's very intelligent because he has made the distinction of these two people. Like, I know who you think, but I'm this person here. So, wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Moving right along, Johnny Manziel.
Oh, Johnny.
This dude here, he brings laughter to my heart every time I read something about him. But I wonder, in preparing for this, I wondered about Johnny. Because he doesn't seem to get it. Are there any certain, I don't know, I don't want to diagnose him. But I wonder, is that something that's looked at in mental health also?
Well, you know what it is, and it's looked at, a lot of mental stuff can be looked on about your social environment, the choices that you made, that can develop your personality. It's like when I first heard of Johnny, it was when he played for Texas, Texas A&M, and he got into that trouble with the about signing the footballs and getting paid for it. So, of course, they got pushed over like there wasn't such a big deal. And I was one of the people who stated like, that ain't, such a big deal. Maybe this, he will overcome this because, Cam Newton was caught in the scandal and, he overcame it. But what I didn't realize was there were other things previous to this that was not such a big deal and got moved over until we get to the situation where we are now, where, he's drinking, he's going to the club, to domestic violence, and it overshadowed his ability to play football. And now he's not, now he's not playing. He just got cut. And the question is, did the football team really do what they could have done, to help him? And a lot of people want to look at where he's rich, he's privileged. And I'm gonna tell you this: if you come from a rich family, you come from a rich family. If your parents have the means to give you what you want or what you need and things like that, I'm not knocking that. I don't really think that. I'm not blaming the parents because the parents, from my research, the parents try to do what they can. Because, once you turn 18, there's so much you can do. Once you turn 18, you can actually deny services. What people don't understand, if you're 14, you can deny medication.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But his parents actually tried to get him to rehab. Like one year, his dad said that he felt that Johnny was going to be suicidal because he was just spiraling out of control. But, you know, when you're a great athlete, when you have something to the table, a lot of, you know, if somebody's going to profit something off of you, they're going to do everything that they can to keep you out of trouble. But once you lose your ability, then you're done.
Yeah,
they don't need you anymore.
When you hot, you get a lot of yes men or yes people.
Exactly. But once you're not,
it won't be shit no way.
And we can look at other athletes that when they were hot, you know, you got your way. You know, a lot of stuff was passed over. But once you start losing your top notch and
skills
and athletes, you know, in your sports game, we don't need you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Once your skill set is starting to diminish, then it's like
exactly. We don't need you. But once you hot, we're gonna do whatever we can to keep you.
Right. That's crazy.
And that's why you got to have that balance. And I'm gonna speak about that with another athlete. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant. Now.
That's the athlete.
Okay, perfect. Kobe Bryant is my last person. Now, Kobe Bryant, from everything that we've seen, and not to get real philosophical, but everything that's been projected to us as far as being observers of the sports culture, he has not. We wouldn't think of him as a mental illness or mental health person that was at risk.
No.
But what I want to ask is this. Everything that I've ever heard about Kobe, or even MJ, or even LeBron, or anybody that's been great at anything, not just sports, but anybody that's been great at anything, they've always had this mindset where if I don't do it, the team has to look to me, and I have to be great. I'm the greatest thing on this team, and I'm the reason why we tick and we click, and if we win this championship, it's going to be because of me. And not necessarily in a bad way, but that's I mean, hey, that's the real reason.
I'm going to tell you this.
Is that mental? Is that something there?
No. Being an asshole is not a mental health disorder.
Okay.
Being a perfectionist is not a mental health disorder. Those three guys that you named, they have an asshole personality when it comes to the game. I'm not calling them. I don't know them in their personal life.
True.
And I'm gonna say this. I am a diehard Kobe Bryant fan. I am.
I've seen.
I really am. But I keep it professional. And one of the other athletes that you said, I'm not a diehard fan of them. But I think their game is great. I can't take away from their game. Personally, their personality, from what I see about them, I don't really care for. So, with
you talking about LeBron or Jordan? Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. I forgot you might have to work with them. So go for it. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So,
I'm sorry.
And that's what I was saying about, you know, when you're hot, you're not. And with Kobe Bryant, we have to look at it. Kobe Bryant has been in the league for 20 years. And the last 3-4 years has not been great. But how many athletes do you know have a final tour?
Yeah.
That it's a grand bon voyage.
Right.
When you're leaving. Because overall, Kobe Bryant was a great athlete.
That's true.
LeBron James, he's a great athlete. Michael Jordan, he was a great athlete. There are so many other great athletes. But I think with his issue, let's be real. The only issue that we ever heard of Kobe Bryant was the incident in Colorado, which is still, I'm not going to speak on that.
Yeah, very murky at that.
We never, have you ever heard of anything else? Kobe Bryant wasn't a liability.
True. I
would say that. He was not a liability. The things that he did off court did not affect his ability on court.
Yeah,
and whenever he had a downfall, because he didn't have a perfect, 20-year season, he had his points where when he was on bottom, but when he got back on top, boy, was he on top.
Yeah. And honestly, he must be, I guess, in some way mentally strong, because his career has been an S a sideways S, because he came in and he was a young cat, and of course you had to climb the mountain. But then after he won with Shaq, they was back at the bottom. They had lost in the first round, I think, to Phoenix that year. Then he climbs the mountain again.
Exactly.
So,
but
yeah.
But let me tell you about this about Kobe Bryant versus other quote unquote great athletes. The athletes that we have now, they're a different breed. Mm-hmm. It's like either I'm gonna go to the league or I'm gonna sell drugs. Yeah. You know, I this is all I got. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I can't function in the real world. All I got is sports. Mm-hmm. But back in the day, Kobe Bryant and before, they went to college. They came from a suitable home. You know, like Green Hill, mother and father, you know, upper middle class family, mm-hmm. married, did things. Kobe Bryant could have went to college. Kobe Bryant is very intelligent. Mm-hmm. Kobe Bryant is one of the few players who know about the basketball life because his dad was a basketball player. Yeah. He lived in Italy, so that's what he knew of. But he was very smart when he went to Lower Merion in Philadelphia. A lot of people don't know that. I knew that, but he didn't have to go. He didn't have to go to the league. He could have went to college. Yeah. But he had the opportunity. Whereas other players, if I don't go to the league, I'm gonna be in the game. I'm gonna sell drugs.
Yeah, it's like it's no in between. Like, why
I'm
is
the one that's gonna make it, but I don't know how to cut the people off that not doing the things. I'm gonna bring them on, because if you look at how a lot of athletes, how they get in trouble, it's because of the people that they keep. Mm-hmm. So Kobe Bryant was a loner. The question is, why were you a loner? Is it because of the surroundings that you had in Philadelphia? You like, I can't bring y'all with me, or I don't need the distraction. Mm-hmm. He's a perfectionist, and when he's on the court, he's an asshole, but he's an asshole about his craft. Yeah. You can't be mad at him because
you can't be mad at that. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And he wants to be great. You can't be mad at somebody for wanting to be great. That's
so is being great a mental illness? No. He's an asshole. Nothing wrong with that.
That's just a personality trait.
Yeah, he's a perfectionist. That's what Virgos do. He's a perfectionist. Can't get mad at that.
I could dig that. We'll be right back with more Surround Sound Solo right here with Miss Brandy J.Flynn. I'm all 100 Drew. We back.
Yeah, my black coffee. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's the type of girl I need down with no cream. Black coffee, black coffee, black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Black coffee, the African queen, part of the Afro-American dream. Enough respect, I dig your intellect. Appreciate the fact that you never miss a step. The backbone of the black home is through ya. As long as I'm around, believe me, nothing could ever do ya. You're warm, considerate, and far from the soft, and that's why I love you. You're my black coffee. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's the type of girl I need down with my team. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Hey, that's the kind of girl I need down with.
We're back. I'm all Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor, and this is the solo edition. Saturday solos right here on the Surround Sound Podcast. Appreciate you being right here. We're with my home girl, Miss Brandy J.Flynn, mental health specialist to the stars. As you can tell, she's a big Kobe Bryant fan.
I am.
Woo, man. Anyway, but you know what? I've always liked Kobe. He was cool with me. How can we sum this up, Brandy? Like, who are the most at-risk people when it comes to mental health?
You want to know the truth?
I want to know the absolute truth.
Everybody.
Why you say? What you mean?
Everybody can be affected by some form of mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is doing preventive and like getting a mental health checkup. It's kind of like when you go to the doctor and you get a checkup. When you feel like that you're having a cold, you might, I feel like I'm having a cold, but then when it gets worse, like, I need to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the doctor, they help you out, they give you what you need, you're done. But if you don't, and if you don't take care of that flu, then they can get into pneumonia, they can get into bronchitis, whatever, and you can eventually die.
Right. Same
way with mental health. You'll be surprised how many people that I see that I'm like, so if you would have came and spoke to somebody 10 years ago, you wouldn't be right here.
So it's literally just the mental version of physical health.
It is, and I'm going to tell you something. Mental health and physical health go hand in hand. And even worse, if your mental health is not together, then it's going to be hard to take care of your physical health.
Yeah. I feel that. I really feel that. I was talking about the walking thing. I guess that's why people do yoga and all that type of meditative type thing, because it really, both of them go hand in hand.
They do.
That's crazy. Tell everybody where we can find you, all your social media, your websites, all that good stuff. Tell us where they can find you.
Well, you can go to my website, which is brandyjflynn.com, and it has the links to my Facebook and to my Twitter. But I'm also on Periscope up under Consult Brandy, and I'm also on Instagram, the same name, Consult Brandy. And I spell Brandy with a Y. So it's BrandyJFLYNN.com.
Yeah,
and if you inbox me, I do inbox you back unless you talking crazy stuff, kind of stuff. But
make sure you put that Y on it though, because I didn't. And next thing I know, I was trying to contact Brandy J here in Nashville. And next thing I know, I'm talking to Brandy in Memphis, and I'm like, oh snap! I'm glad I made that mistake. But yeah, make sure you differentiate.
Yes.
Okay. I guess as far as in different communities, like if I was in Nashville, if I'm in Atlanta, or wherever I am, are there like government agencies, or is there like one, like, okay, if I had lung cancer, I can go to the American Lung Cancer Society, the chapter is in my community, and I could go there to seek help. Is it the same way with mental health? Yeah,
in mental health, there's a thing. There's many organizations. The one I can think of now is NAMI, NAMI, which stands for National Association of Mental Illness, where they can tell you different places where you can go. Different hospitals. Like I said, I have my foundation, which is based out of Memphis. Doesn't mean that it's just in Memphis. You know, I do travel different places to speak about mental health and speak about real life issues with athletes, entertainers, and just, everyday people.
Okay. Once again, Miss Brandy, We thank you so much. The Haven is standing and applauding you right now.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be a proud product of the Haven of Memphis.
That's right, baby. That's right. Surround Sound Podcast. We'll see you next week. I'm going to let the cat out the bag. We got another Havenite. My guy, Brian Wilson. Teacher in Houston. Teacher of the year, man. Crazy. It's going to be crazy. See y'all next week. Surround Sound Podcast solo.